Everyone. I'm back here today with I'm back with the day-to-day videos. I cannot say anything. I'm back with the day-to-day videos, as I already said. And so as soon as I get back, luckily we have a moderate risk, or well, not luckily, but we have a moderate risk, which is good, because it means I have something to post about. So please today maybe expect a lot of videos. I'm planning on maybe doing 2 updates on my computer of the severe weather threat for today, and I may do a bunch of radar scope updates, maybe like every 15 minutes on my phone. Or please leave a comment down below telling me if you would like to see a live stream or just a bunch of radar scope weather updates that I post every 15 minutes, and I'll delete those probably like tomorrow after the severe weather threat has passed. But please just leave a comment and tell me what you would like to see more. But sorry, I have not been posting in a while. I have not had my computer. I posted a video, I think Monday or Tuesday, on my phone. I forgot which day it was, but yeah, today we're going to be looking at the moderate risk. We're going to be looking at the excessive rainfall in the setup, and we're going to be looking at the STP values and significant hails, or not significant hail, this is super slow composite. But you can see, as I said already, today we have a moderate risk in Minnesota and Wisconsin, which is good, which is just great. And we also have an enhanced risk going from Minnesota into Michigan, the upper portion of Michigan, too. And then we have a slight risk surrounding that in North Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan. And that is it. Maybe even some portions of extreme northeastern Iowa. Then we have a marginal risk. It has a pretty large area in it, going from Minnesota, Wisconsin, down through North Dakota or South Dakota. South Dakota had I said South Dakota had a slight risk. I said North Dakota had a slight risk. I think South Dakota has a slight risk, but that marginal risk goes through North Dakota, South Dakota, into Montana, Wyoming, Nebraska, Iowa, down through Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. We have that marginal risk. And we also have some general thunderstorms areas down through the southeast. Pretty high amounts of pop-up thunderstorms. Some of those could be severe, but it's not going to be organized, really. It's just whichever one ends up getting the strongest. But we also have I looked at the index. There's actually a moderate risk for tornadoes today. If there wasn't a wind or a hail threat, we would still have a moderate risk for tornadoes today. We have a 15% with a significant risk for tornadoes, which is pretty bad. I think that there could potentially be an outbreak today of severe weather. You can see 5% goes all the way into the Michigan area, 10% in Michigan also, the upper portion of Michigan. But Minneapolis, St. Paul, Bloomington, Minnesota, Plymouth, Minnesota, and Brooklyn Park, Minnesota, you have a significant risk for tornadoes. And the 15%, all of the 15% is significant, so just keep that in mind. St. Cloud, Elk River, Forest Lake, Ham Lake, and Sartell, Minnesota, you all have 15% risks and significant severe for tornadoes. I do think that there is going to be maybe some EF2 plus tornadoes today. I think that there could potentially be some. And so that would be good. I think I may do. I'm not sure, but now we're gonna look briefly at tomorrow's. Oh no, we need to look at the hail threat or the wind threat. You see, we have a 45% chance of wind. Now, I think after these storms form and could potentially produce tornadoes, it will turn into a derecho that could have some embedded tornadoes, and it could go all the way into Michigan, because pretty high wind threat, and then hail threat is a 30% chance, mainly in Minnesota when the storms get going. But after it kind of turns into a line later, it's not going to really have much of a hail threat, but it will still have some small hail likely in it. But we can also take a look at tomorrow's forecast. We have 2 marginal risks, one in Colorado and one stretching from Kansas all the way into Michigan, 5% in day 3. We have a marginal risk, very, very, very straight marginal risk going through Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio, those regions. Let's go look at the excessive rainfall outlook real quick. Yeah, so today we have a slight risk in Wisconsin and Minnesota. In day 2, we have another slight risk. And then day 3, we have marginal. But let's take a look at the setup. You see right now latest. We have a high pressure system and we have a low pressure system right here, and we have a cold front, this cold front is bringing some severe weather right now into northern South Dakota. I think there's one severe thunderstorm warning right now for a pretty bad storm with likely very strong winds in it going through South Dakota right now. That complex that I think I'm pretty sure fired up last night. Let's put this cold front right here. But you can also take a look at the what's predicted to be like this afternoon. You can see warm front right there. You can see we have a low pressure system. Look at this. The severe weather right there. And if I use my pen, we can see it's right there. Not all that severe weather, but it'll kind of still be going on probably in the morning, maybe potentially. There's still gonna be some severe weather. But now let's go take a look at the College of Dew page. You see, this is our complex of storms moving through South Dakota right now. You can see that will likely die out, of course, but then we'll be left out with the cold front with some storms still, not like this severe though. Then we can go later, but then this is about 20Z. You can see that's about 3 p.m. Central Daylight Time. You can see we have this storm coming here. The storm firing up to the west of Minneapolis, to the west-northwest. That'll move to the north of Minneapolis with likely some pretty big hail, maybe even some tornadoes in it, potentially. You can see a lot of purple in it, in that cell, or that multi-cell storm that we can go later. It could potentially be a supercell. And then that will move into Wisconsin. That's what the HRR model is saying. We can go take a look at the RAP model. I think if this works, we can go up here. The RAP model is not really saying much. Only 39 DBZs. Wow. Well, let's go back to the HRR model, everybody. I'm sorry. We're going to use this one. Let's go to convective products, and we're going to look at significant tornado risk. You can see this significant tornado risk just explodes later. Let's go back to an earlier model. Look at this. This is at 23Z. Okay, this is 6 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Look at this. Numbers of 15, maybe. 15.3. And in that area by the Wisconsin-Minnesota border. That is just bad. Now, that's amazing. I mean, and that's a pretty large area, too. Like, look at all these numbers right there. That's a lot of numbers. Or that's not a lot of numbers. That's a pretty big area. I could be seeing some pretty bad tornadoes today. But we can also go take a look at the supercell composite with the HRR model. See that we have a lot of supercell composite by Minneapolis today. 23 on the number scale. Even maybe some patches of 30, 29 in that big area. And then let's go through Wisconsin today with numbers maybe up to 40. So there will likely be a lot of severe weather today. We can also take a look. Let's take a look at echo tops. You can see these storms are going to be 50,000 plus feet tall. Look at that, 52,000, and those will move out. Still pretty tall thunderstorms. So that is going to wrap up this video. Please expect more forecasts, or please expect more updates and a heat update, as there is some pretty big heat numbers today, or heat index numbers today, and a lot of heat advisories, excessive heat warnings, and excessive heat watches. So please expect a heat update. But sorry if I'm not talking right. I haven't posted a real good video a video on my computer in a while. So sorry if I'm not talking good. But let's wrap up this video. I hope you'll have a good another hour until I probably post again. And peace out.